Shamneshu Rashoham Apshu Konteya
Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya
Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo
Prabhasmi Sashi Suryayo
Pranava Sarva Vedeshu
Pranava Sarva Vedeshu
Shabda Ke Paurusham Nishu
Shabda Ke Paurusham Rishu
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rashoham
Rasoham
Apshu
Apsu
Konteya
Kaunteya
Prabhasmi shashi suryayoho
Prabhasmi Shashi
Prabhasmi Shashi
Suryayo
Suryayo
Pranava sarva vedeshu
Pranava
Pranava
Sarva
Sarva
Vedeshu
Vedeshu
Shabda ke paurasham trishu
Shabda
Shabda
Ke
Ke
Paurusham
Paurusham
Rishu
Nishu
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rashoham
Rasoham Apsu
Apshu
Kaunteya
Konteya
Prabhasmi shashi suryayo
Prabhasmi
Prabhasmi
Shashi
Shashi
Suryayo
Suryayo
Pranavah sarvadvedeshu
Pranava
Pranava
Sarva
Sarva
Vedeshu
Vedeshu
Shabdah ke paurusham rishu
Shabda
Shabda
Ke
Ke
Paurusham
Paurusham
Rishu.
Nishu.
Anyone else? Okay. Word by word translation. Rasha, taste. Aham,
Rasha
I.
taste.
Taste.
Aham, I.
Aham
Aham
I.
Apshu, in water.
Apsu
Apshu
in
in
water.
water.
Kaunteya, O son of Kunti.
Kaunteya,
Kunteya,
O
O
son
son
of
of
Kunti.
Kunti.
Prabhu Pranavaha, the three letters O Yum means Om.
Pranava,
Pranavaha,
the three
three
letters,
letters,
O-U-M.
Om.
Sarva in all.
Sarva
In
in
all.
ya, in all.
Vedesu, the Vedas.
Vedeshu,
Vedeshu,
the
the
Vedas.
Vedas.
Shabdaha, sound, vibration.
Shabdaha,
Shabdaha,
sound,
sound
vibration.
vibration.
K, in the ether.
K,
K,
in the
in the
ether.
ether.
Paurusham, ability.
Paurusham,
Paurusham, ability.
ability.
Nrishu, in men.
Nishu,
Rishu,
in
in
men.
men.
Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We can repeat the translation. O son of Kunti,
O son of Kunti,
I am the taste of water,
I am the taste of water,
the light of the sun
the
and the
light,
moon.
the light of the sun and the moon,
The syllable Om in the Vedic mantras.
the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras.
I am the sound in ether and ability in man.
I am the sound in ether and ability in man.
Okay, so one more time, just I'm speaking. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Purport. This verse explains how the Lord is all-pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally as the demigods in the sun in a person is a person and is perceived by his all-pervading energy. The sun sign or the Lord although in his eternal abode, is perceived by his all-pervading, diffusive energies. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. That is the way of perceiving the Supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and personal conception are simultaneously present in everything and that there is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established his sublime doctrine, Achintya Veda and Aveda Tattva, simultaneously oneness and difference. The light of the sun and the moon is also originally emanating from the Brahma Jyoti, which is the impersonal effulgence of the Lord, and Pranava or the Omkar, transcendental sound in the beginning of every Vedic hymn. Addressing the Supreme Lord, because the impersonalists are very much afraid of addressing the Supreme Lord, Krishna, by his innumerable names. They prefer to vibrate the transcendental sound Omkara, but they do not realize that Omkar is the sound representation of Krishna. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness expands everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not know Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation and ignoring of him is bondage. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Srilupa Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Desatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I am begging mercy from all of you, please give your blessing so that I can speak, even though I am not drunk, but I will be acting like a drunk. Because Nidra Devi is coming. I woke up at 3 o'clock. Continuously I am awake. So please forgive me if I am talking something like a sleepy way. So this chapter, I'm going to give little bit background about the chapter. So chapter 7 is known as knowledge, absolute knowledge. or knowledge about the absolute in other way. So this is the middle chapter, Bhakti Yoga. You can divide Bhagavad-gītā in 3 sections. First chapter has 6 sections. So first one is the Karma Yoga. Second part or chapter is the Bhakti Yoga in the middle. And then third chapter or third part is the Jnana Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is touched with the Karma Yoga and also Jnana Yoga. So knowledge means bhakti with knowledge, doing work. That is the meaning of the Bhakti Yoga. Means performing loving devotional service in knowledge. So 6th chapter at the last, Lord Krishna, he talks about the last verse. Means before that he says Yogi Bhava. And then he says that topmost yogi is that who is always thinking about me and in devotion is the best. That is the topmost yogi. Mad Gatena Antaratma. Means he is always abide by him. And then this section starts. So 7th chapter, text number 1 explains that how to do or how to become the yogi who is always thinking about the Krishna and concentrating with the full faith. So 647 last verse, concentrating on him in full faith. And then how to do. Faith comes from the knowledge or experience also. When knowledge is about practically, then it becomes the Vijnana. So someone is doing and then have the faith, small faith, and then trying to apply, and then it becomes grows and grows, and because knowledge is that person is experiencing. So faith comes from the knowledge, not like a sentimental kind of faith. Faith means unflinching faith in something sublime. Shraddha sabde vishwas kahe, shrudid nischay hoy, Krishna bhakti kahle, sharva karma krita hoy. So Srila Prabhupada, he says that faith means full faith, means where firm faith in something, unflinching faith in something sublime, divya. And without knowledge, one may have doubt about the Krishna's position. And most of us are in that category because we think so, why Krishna did this one and this one, this one. Why? Somewhere that it comes in the mind, definitely. So without knowledge, one may have the doubt about the Krishna's position. So chapter 7 to 12 of the Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna presents the knowledge of himself, that is bhakti, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead to inspire and strengthens our bhakti. And verse number 1 described about the hearing. Acquire knowledge by descending process. That is the only one way to do it, descending process. So knowledge comes through Guru Parampara. So we have to go to the Parampara system and then hear from the bona fide spiritual master. And by serving and asking in a humble way question, jigyasa, and then it faith grows and grows. Breaking down chapter, we can divide this chapter into, I think, 5 or 6 sections. So first, initial 3 verse is just hear about whom? Krishna. So knowing that Krishna by hearing about him. If we have to know something, how to develop a relationship with someone, how it is possible by hearing about that things are that person, and then there will be attachment or hatred, whatever it is developed by hearing only. And hearing has to be from the Apaurushaya Srut. Paurushaya and Apar. Vedas are the Apaurushaya. And Paurushaya may be wrong or may be right, depending upon that. But those who are following the path of the Vedas, then that person is also giving the Apaurushaya knowledge. So Krishna requests to Arjuna to hear of both his material and spiritual energies, declares that the transcendentalist who succeeded in truly knowledge him is most rare, Sudurlabha. And then we are in the sections 2, verse number 4 to 12, knowing Krishna's material and spiritual energy. Krishna is the source of both matter and spirit. So we are talking about the matter right now. Can we see in the world when we view all existence as a combination of Krishna's material and spiritual energies? He is also the active essence of everything. But there has to be proper vision, and that vision will develop through by hearing in descending way from the authority, in other words. And then section 3, 7.13 to 14, Krishna controls the modes. So we have to surrender to him. Those who surrenders to Krishna, the controller of the modes, will cross beyond the delusion and that is caused by the modes to come to know him. And then chapter 7.15 to 7.19, that is the section 4. Impious never surrenders, and pious do. Means Sukritina and Duskritina and then Sukritina. And among those Sukritina, Jnani is the topmost, best person. There are 4 kind of people who surrenders: Arth, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. So among those all are the devotee of the Krishna, but Jnani are the topmost. And then section 5:20 to 25, surrendering to demigods and impersonalism. So those who surrenders to the demigods are those who are impersonalist, have no knowledge of the Krishna. And their foolishness, they do not surrender to Krishna. That is the unfortunate things, but we are fortunate and we are trying to surrender to the Krishna by hearing from the bona fide process and from hearing from the Srila Prabhupada. because we are here reading his commentary, so it means we are hearing from him. He is available through his book. That's why it has been mentioned, Vaishnavas never dies. And last section is bewilderment and freedom by knowing Krishna. So those who knows the Krishna, they are free. And those who don't know, and then they are forced by the duality and see things in a duality by the mind. So this is the little bit background about the chapter. And knowing Krishna's material and spiritual energy. So practical application will be that Krishna is the source of all potencies. Whatever we see, beyond that, seen or unseen, everything. And then Krishna consciousness is active in every sphere, and the jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere. And one who knows Krishna's consciousness is blessed. So we all are blessed, but how much we are fortunate, it varies person to person. But definitely there is a huge blessing. Fortunate, how much we are fortunate, it varies how much we are applying. Are putting efforts towards the sadhana. That is also there. Without bewilderment or thinking, oh, next day I will become the pure devotee. It is slow process, but very pure. For those who are surrendered devotee, for them it is just quick. So it varies person to person. Those who do not know Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation, and ignorance of him is bondage. Bondage of what? Coming to the repeated cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. So there is a section 1, hearing about the Krishna, and then section 2. And Krishna explained that he is the source of both material and spiritual energy, because of within our experience is a combination of these two energies, spiritual and then material. This information will enable Arjuna to see Krishna everywhere, even as he stands on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And then link between 7 and 8. Let me read the verse number 7 translation. Mataji, can you give me spotlight? All number 6 is saying, better to read the whole from the...
Do you want me to share again?
No. Spotlight.
Oh.
Means you can click on my name and then you will see the spotlight.
Oh, spotlight for everyone. Okay.
Yeah. So Krishna is saying earth, water, ether, fire, mind, intelligence, false egos. These are his separated energies. 8, including the mind, intelligence, false ego. Subtle things, gross and subtle. And then beside these, another superior energies, that is the living entities. And then he is saying all created beings have their source in these two natures, means material or spiritual, or para apara. So separated are the superior energy. And then he is saying, O Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me. As pearls are strung on the thread. So we can't see the thread, we can see the gesture. Pearls are there. So it becomes like garland or necklace, whatever it is there, or bracelet, whatever. But there is a thread. So Krishna, he is that way, can be seen that behind everything, it is coming from the Krishna. And then he's saying that I am the test of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So he is describing, he is the essential principles for the maintaining of various manifestations. We should appreciate Krishna not only for the cause but also as the essence of everything. So he's saying that water comes from him in the 4th verse. So theme of this verse is Krishna is the essence and cause of everything. Test of water means test is the active principles of water, and no one likes salt water. Srila Prabhupada has given in the commentary. Attraction of water depends upon the purity of water. Pure test is one of the energy of Lord, and impersonalists perceive the Lord as the test, but the personalists glorify the Krishna for supplying the water. That is the difference between personalist and impersonalist way of thinking. Impersonalist Krishna is the water, test of the water, but personalist think, oh, thank you Krishna for providing this water. Let me read the verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26. Title of this chapter is Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. So in close to the 40, verse 40, it starts from the beginning only. By interaction of the air and the sensation of touch, one receives different forms according to the destiny, how the soul is carrying. It has been mentioned in the text 38. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:26, 38. 39, this is the, I think, Lord Kapila Deva is teaching to Mother Devahuti. And he's saying, my dear mother, the characteristics of form are understood by dimensions, quality, and individuality. The form of fire is appreciated by its effulgence. Fire is appreciated by its light and its ability to cook, to digest, to destroy, cold, to evaporate, and to give rise to hunger, thirst, eating and drinking. And then he is saying about the subtle elements, and then he's talking about the test of the water. Under the superior arrangement, from test, water is produced, and the tongue which perceives test is also manifested. Although originally one test becomes manifold as astringent, sweet, bitter, pungent, sour, and salty due to contact with other substances. The characteristic of water in 43, verse 43. The characteristic of water are exhibited by its moistening other substances, coagulating various mixtures, causing satisfaction, maintaining life, softening things, driving away heat, instantly supplying itself to reservoir of water and refreshing for slacking thirst. Due to the interaction of water with the taste perceptions, the subtle element odor evolves under superior arrangement. Thence the earth and the olfactory senses by which we can variously experience the aroma of the earth become manifested. So this chapter title was Fundamental Principle of Material Nature. So there it has been describing about the water. Today morning, I was hearing the lecture by Srila Prabhupada, and then he was describing that water, pure water, it gives the satisfaction. So Lord Krishna, when we do include the Lord Krishna in our life, then we get the satisfaction. And without Krishna, we are not satisfied. And he was talking about the Jiveda Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are the servant, eternal servant of the Lord. And somehow or others, we are fallen into the material pool, and we are trying to lordship over material nature. That has been described in Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 13, Prakriti, Purush, and Chetana, chapter 22. When coming in the contact of the Triguna modes, we feel we are the body, and we forgot our original consciousness, and due to that, whatever we are doing, going from one planet to next planet or one body to another, Sada Asada Yonishu, we are meeting with the good or evil things. Why? Because Krishna is not there. So we have to include Krishna in our life so that we can get the real satisfactions. Like when we are thirsty, we do take the good water, then it will quench our thirst very nicely, soothingly. If someone is providing salty water, what we will feel like. So right now we are in this material world looking the same thing like a salty water kind of stuff. And we are satisfied by that. But when we will drink the nectar of Krishna Katha by hearing through the bona fide authority, means bona fide adhikari, representative, and then we will get the real nectar and essence. And whatever we have forgotten, our relationship with the Krishna, then that dormant will awaken that relationship. And how it works? Through have the little faith. And faith grows with the knowledge. And it grows, increases, day by day, like Anandam, Buddhivardhan, Pratipadam. So every steps it increases. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. And then that is about the water. And then light of the sun and originally comes from the Brahma Jyoti. And also it has been mentioned, one eye is the Surya, another eye is the Chandra. Lord has the two eyes. Looking the Virata Swarupa, we are thinking, oh, this whole universe is the form of the Lord. In that sense, yes. Moon and sun are the eyes of the Lord, but originally comes from the Brahma Jyoti, impersonal effulgence of the Lord. Om of Vedic mantra. Om is the transcendental sound in the beginning of every Vedic hymns. Addresses the Supreme Lord. Personalists prefer to vibrate Omkara because they are very afraid of addressing the Krishna by his innumerable names. Krishna has innumerable names. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is saying that in Siddhastakam verse, Namana Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Saktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarnina Kala Itadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagwan Mamapi Durdaivam Idrisham Iha Jani Nanuraga. So you have hundreds and millions of the name, and but I don't have any attachment. Your holy name alone can render all benedictions for the living entities, and you have millions of the name. Krishna, Govinda, like that. But for me, there is no attraction for it. So, Omkar is the pranam. But when we do chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so that Omkar is already there. So no need to chant separately, because that is for the impersonalist. They do afraid that being Lord is a person. That's what Sri Prabhupada is saying here. And then sound of the ether, and then ability of the man. So Krishna, he is the ability of the man. So I will stop here. Any question or comment? I hope I did not sleep.
You did fine, Prabhu. Thank you. At the end of this verse, it says that if you know Krishna, then you're liberated. But if you don't know Krishna, you're not, right?
Correct, correct.
What does that exactly mean?
Means liberation, those who are knowing the Krishna. There is a Jnana, means knowledge, object of knowledge, and then goal of the knowledge. So Jnana, Geyam, Jnanagamyam. Everything is Krishna. Knowledge means Krishna, to know about the Krishna. And then object, Geyam means object of the knowledge is the Krishna. And then goal of the knowledge is Krishna. So those who knows, he is liberated. Beyond the liberation, is free from the material bondage. But those who don't know, they are trying to lordship over them. Become the Goswami. There is word Swami and Goswami. Swami means for the real satisfaction, to get the real happiness, santushti, then they do try to bring Krishna in their life and act according to the Krishna's will. The way he want to surrender. Anya vilashita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanusilena uttama bhakti. Means they will follow the previous acharyas, path of the previous acharyas. And what Krishna likes, Krishnanusilana, means according to Krishna's way. But those who don't know, then they will become the Godasa. Not the impersonalists, but impersonalists, they have to work really, really hard. So they forgot. At the last section, I think, let me go there.
But does knowing Krishna means also knowing who you are, right?
Correct, correct. We are the part and parcel of the Krishna. So part and parcel, what does? To serve to the whole. So self-realization and God realization, they are not different. They are the same.
Correct.
Correct. So that sense, yes, Mataji. To know Krishna means to know who we are.
Yeah, Jivera Swarupa Hoye Krishna
Krishna.
Nityata. So you have to know that also when you know Krishna.
Correct, Mataji.
But what happens to people who are devout, who don't exactly know Krishna? Is that kind of like at a different grade level, so to speak, like the going step by step versus going by elevator kind of thing?
If every religions or every society, there is some rituals is there. In that rituals, they will accept the Supreme.
Right.
Or worshipping the demigods. So by worshipping the demigods are different there according to their faith. Then finally, because there is a faith is there in Supreme, they do think they are the Supreme. That is different case. But by knowing that there is something is there, it means that person is the pious. So because of the piety, there is a chance they will become the Bhakta. Because they will help somehow, because help to the devotee or devotee of the devotee or something like that in the mission. So they will develop the Agyata Sukriti.
So they will make some progress, you're saying?
Yes, some progress.
Even if they're not directly serving Krishna.
Correct,
but
correct.
But in some pious form, indirectly serving him.
Exactly. Veda deals the same thing. Veda doesn't say directly worship to the Krishna. There are karmas.
Even other religions, in some way, they're indirectly serving the Supreme Lord also.
Correct. Thank you, Mataji, bringing this point. Amazing.
Yeah, because for someone who just reads this without deeply understanding it, thinks that we are saying, if you don't know Krishna, you're not liberated. Yes, in a true sense, yes, but it doesn't mean that the others are not making some progress, right, towards it.
Thinking about this truth, absolute truth.
Right. I mean, understanding Krishna is the highest level of philosophy and highest, which Bhagavad-gītā is speaking of in this verse also.
Yeah.
And it says, if you do not know Krishna, you're an illusion, which also means you do not know who you are, you know. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that other people who are devout in another sense, who are indirectly kind of serving Krishna, but not directly, are not making some level of progress, right?
Correct. Because Krishna is within the heart of every living entity.
Correct, yes.
So he knows that what things he's looking for. Really he's looking for the absolute truth or something else. So accordingly he does the arrangement.
Right. Even in other religions, I'm sure there are two kinds of people: those who are genuinely devout and are looking for God consciousness, and others who are just praying for some material things to God. You know?
Correct.
So even in all religions, there are those kind of people. So I'm thinking perhaps those who are genuinely looking for God will actually make progress, if not in this lifetime, in another lifetime, right, towards that genuine path to God. But those who are not genuinely looking for God will, I don't know, according to their desires, will go wherever they need to go.
Correct. And what kind of thought they have at the time of death.
At the time of death.
That will come in the next chapter.
Right.
Yam vapi smarana bhavena tejante kalev. Thank you, Mataji. Any question or comment from anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Just a curiosity only.
Yes, Mataji, now you can tell me.
Okay, this question is just out of curiosity only. Listening to all your sessions, I now understand that there is no place where Krishna is not there. So, is there a reason why they have restricted that Shri Krishna is the taste of water, sound in ether, light of sun?
Yeah.
Only limited, objects they have specified here.
Good question, Mataji. Because our senses are very limited. We can see only limited things. We cannot see bacteria, viruses by naked eyes, or very small bugs we can't see. So whatever major object is there, if our thought is going there or we are seeing, we should see the Krishna's energy. For the impersonalist, they do think that is the absolute truth, but for the devotees, no, because taste of water is the Krishna. They do feel that is the major thing, but for the devotee, oh, this is the taste of water is coming from the Krishna for supplying the water, giving the taste. So that way, devotee do think. So we have to be very thankful and for providing everything and seeing everything, varieties. Krishna's name is Rasa Raja Krishna. There is a little book called Rasa Raja Krishna. So he tried to enjoy the all kind of melons. And that's why he is Krishna. So he needs varieties. So he has created the variety. So whatever variety things we are seeing, our thoughts should go to the Krishna. If I'm understanding correctly your questions, if not, then please tell me if I wrong answers understood wrongly. Go ahead, Mataji.
No, that is all right. Actually, the focus of this shloka is to actually just turn our attention to the big ones. Yes.
Correct.
I-
Correct.
in that sense, Prabhu, Ramanand Prabhu and Maheshwari, isn't like the 10th chapter, like Krishna pretty much gives the highlights of what he is. But
Correct.
at the
Correct.
end of that chapter, he says, this is but just a fraction of my opulence, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
So he's only telling, and he says, Arjuna, I can tell you much more, but basically he's saying Arjuna, of course, can grasp a lot more than what we can, but he's saying you cannot grasp more than what I have told you, you know. And even what he has told us is like pretty immense, you know. Of the greatest mountains, I am, you know, Mount Meru. Of the, you
Yeah.
know, sages, I'm this sage. I'm, you know, he's giving all the important, significant things in the material world that we can understand with our little brain. He's saying, I am that, you know. But it doesn't mean he's limited to just that. It doesn't mean he's just the taste of water. He's just the light of the sun, you know. It doesn't mean it's just that. And at the end of the 10th chapter, Krishna himself says, I've just given you a small fraction of my opulence. You know, you cannot comprehend more than that, you know.
Because we can't see that beyond that.
Right. He's trying to at least help us comprehend his opulence when we see a beautiful scenery, when we see a beautiful sunset, when we see the vast ocean, you know, we feel the sense of greatness, you know. And where is that greatness coming from? It's coming from Krishna, you know.
Krishna.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Also, just want to add a comment to all this discussion is that all these resources of this material world are coming from Krishna. So a devotee, I have observed that devotees, they don't waste water, electricity, or, you know, grains, or anything, whatever is there, they don't waste it.
Perfect.
They try to, you know, save it. I mean, like, it looks like devotees are kind of like misers, but they are very thoughtful. They don't want to waste anything which is coming from Krishna. So, you know,
Best
whether
example
it's
is
a
Jiva.
water or electricity or anything, even like I've seen that, like, you know, if you are going from one room to another room, you turn off the light, you know.
Yeah,
Even
for
my
that sense, even grains, prasadam, we don't like to
yeah,
take more than, we don't like to throw it out, you know, we just want to take
exactly,
as much as we
exactly.
can eat.
Yeah. And even like if sometimes, like, you know, while cooking something gets burned, then you feel very like, you know,
You wasted
guilt,
Krishna's,
you know, guilt, and then you feel that, you know, you wasted, and then you feel that, you know, how careless you are, and then you
Right.
become like very like painful, you know, like you see that how you are the reason for wasting it like that. So I've
Thank you,
seen it.
If I, even when, if I buy something a little extravagant, I feel like I'm just wasting Krishna's money on myself.
So
Not that the guilt is too much, you know, because we are still in this material health
Personally, I
gratificatory.
feel
I spend money lavishly when it comes to other people giving something. The other day, just to go to Ratha Yatra, I had to order the Uber and it cost me $40 one way. And I'm like, so I felt so guilty. Then I'm thinking, why am I thinking so much for one thing? You know, I was feeling really, really bad about it. But anyway, I did it because I really wanted to see my Guru Maharaj. That's why I really went so badly, you know, that it was worth spending that money and going. But I was feeling so bad, you know. I was trying to find a ride with somebody who's
That
doing
at
morning
least you're
service.
spending on a Krishna conscious activity. I'm talking about like when we buy a nice dress for ourselves, do we need to spend that much money?
But even that much I feel bad, you know, because I feel like I shouldn't be spending on Uber and wasting the money, you know. But yeah, that was always there, you know, when I buy, even I will not buy cauliflower if it's more than $2.99. And Rajanandi says, you give for other people. Maltipriya says, why are you looking so bad? So I said, when it gets lower, I'll buy I don't need to buy $5 cauliflower. You know, I don't feel good buying so much very expensive. You know, I look at the prices before I buy things, you know. So,
but again, if you're cooking for Krishna, then it doesn't matter even if you're paying high.
I know, but in my house, I'm the only one eating after Krishna eats. There's no other person. If there's children, if there's other people who are eating, then you feel okay, you know. And it's not that I'm not feeding. I'll buy something else that's less expensive.
Is it not that Prabhupada said that you offer A1, to Krishna, like everything has
Yeah,
to be like,
they're good. Yeah,
So-
quality has to be good. I will
Yeah.
check fruits will be hard and not like mushy and soft, and there are no spots on the vegetables. I will pick and choose and look on all sides. I have time to waste. So when I go to the grocery store,
maybe
it's a lot.
sometimes, maybe sometimes off the season you get some things which are very expensive. Maybe Krishna wants
Yeah,
to.
that yes, cherries or that I've done. But still, I'm talking about regular stuff. You'll wait till the price is a normal price. You're not going to buy it unless you're cooking for a program and you actually need it. Then you'll buy it at any price. But
No,
for
that
yourself,
time also no need to have go for the very expensive one. There is an alternative. If there is no alternative, then that case is different case. You are right, Mataji. So Devi Priya Mataji, I do think the same way too. So I think we have the clear
I think most
understanding.
Indians think like that. Most Indians
But
are raised
sometimes I
like that.
feel I'm penny wise and pound foolish. But when it comes to buying our saris, buying things for ourselves, do we restrict ourselves there also? That is the question. Jewelry, do we want that?
But if you are going for the preaching, then you have to have it.
Yeah, I can justify it any way I want. No matter what, we have to understand. We have that sense gratificatory,
One time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told that if you are going for a preaching purpose, then go in the motor car. Don't go by car. So then people will be able to listen. So in that case, best thing is that to have that. So it depends upon how people think.
Exactly. I mean, to go to a Rath Yatra, if you spend on an Uber, that's perfectly fine. You're going for a
It is
Krishna conscious
absolutely
activity.
fine.
Exactly.
Especially
But
seeing the
going
Guru.
and buying nice saris for
Yeah.
ourselves, buying clothes
No,
for
I
ourselves, we are doing it
went in the
mainly
end. I
for
went, but I
ourselves.
looked for other rides. I looked if there is somebody going for morning aarti and everything. And then I found out and that person didn't get back to me, and I felt really bad. But anyway, it worked in the end. So
Perfect. I do feel really bad, and sometimes tear comes from my eyes because when we do cook it and then give over means having the lot of food stuff stored in the refrigerator. In India, at my home nowadays, there is no cattle. Otherwise, there used to cow and then bulls and all those things. We used to feed them. But here we have to just throw it. That is the really bad things, and it makes me really painful in that sense. So thank you. So the Bhakti Mataji bringing this point. It is really very interactive session. I am thinking. Thank you.
Ultimately, we should try to dovetail as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
And
So
of
now-
course, try to restrict ourselves from not, doing things that are more Krishna conscious activities.
Correct. You are doing best thing, Mataji. having
No,
this-
like you said it perfectly. We are not all there. You know what I'm saying? We're works in progress. At
We
least
all
I am.
have our own bag and baggage behind it.
Exactly.
But we have to come together. That
Yes,
is
and encourage each other and support each other and
yeah.
listen to an association like this.
So thank you, all of you. And
Yeah, thank you for giving this class, even though you got up at 3 a.m. in the morning. We really
now my
appreciate that.
sleep has gone. That time I was really sleepy. I couldn't read that.
Really appreciate all of you, volunteering to give this class, all of you speakers. Really, I'm grateful to all of you.
That is a wonderful service for you, Mataji.
No,
And
no,
good-
thank you. Without you, how could this service continue?
Thank you, Mataji, that you are engaging all of us,
Yeah, exactly.
the listener, the speakers,
This
the
summer
contributors,
has been.
everyone is thankful
I
to
was
you
I was
because
just no, I was just discussing with Shuddha Bhakti. This summer has been like a chess game for me, because so many people are in India or out of town or taking Bhakti Shastri or doing something or the other. I have had to juggle, Tuesday person to Wednesday person, Wednesday person to Thursday person. I think Yuga Dharma is the only one who has been steady on her every other Tuesday. And Shuddha Bhakti too, but now she's leaving me. I'm trying to still keep her.
I'm not leaving you anywhere, Mataji. It's just
Okay,
for
good,
one.
good.
It's
I'm
only
gonna pull you back some way or the other, even if I have to
no.
juggle with
See,
Alarnath Prabhu to take
I'm
Thursday.
trying, even though I might be I'm trying to compensate that, I might be busy on Thursday, but still I'm trying to make over on Monday or something like that,
Right,
So
right.
I'm trying to serve you
Maybe
in
I
some
will try
way.
to beg Ramananda Prabhu to give Thursday now.
If I'm available, yes, Mataji. I think
Okay.
Only
maybe
this coming Thursday,
This coming
probably
Thursday,
on
she's not
20th,
available.
June
So
20th.
I will check with you later, Ramanand Prabhu.
June 20, I think Govind Prabhu will be here from Vrindavan.
Mhm.
Oh,
He
really?
can give the class.
Oh,
that's
perfect. If he can give
wonderful.
class, that would be great.
Yeah.
Please, yeah, engage if he can give Prabhu.
Yeah, I will request him once he will be.
Prabhuji, if you can stop recording, then I want to
Okay.
Yeah.
ask you because all this will get recorded.
Sorry, Mataji, I did not realize
Yeah.
that.
I know unnecessary memory will be
Stop.